high school sports fans. Welcome to 806 High School Sports Connection. I'm Victor Hatchett with my co-host Jason Pearson, and we're about to give you the playoff preview.
Yes, sir.
Last week was a tough week in the playoffs for the 806 area. Quite a few teams went home, Jason.
Yeah.
Hey, give us the rundown.
Man, overall, it was a very excruciating weekend for 806 schools. But we had a few schools that managed to get by and survive to the regional round. And we also had, schools that lost, but they gave valiant efforts. And we're going to honor all them schools today. We don't talk negative about any schools.
Exactly.
We are a positive organization here.
Yeah.
So let's start with the rundown on 6A. You had Friendship taking on Abilene Eagles. Friendship had great offense. Grant Sandercock scored two long touchdown runs. Ronald Awatt had a great touchdown run. Bingham played well, but when your defense lets the other team score 7 touchdowns in a row without stopping them, you're going to lose. Mm-hmm. Abilene wins the game, 55-34. I want to give a shout out to Abilene's running back, Reese Childress, running back / wide receiver. He scored 6 touchdowns in the game, broke a school record for touchdowns. Friendship would try to respond. They would try to come back every time, and it seemed like every time Abilene had the answer.
Yeah.
Friendship got the ball second half, scored a touchdown, had made a 7-point game. The next play on offense after they returned the kick, Abilene throws an 82-yard touchdown ball to Childress, and that kind of took the air out of
the sail.
Took the air out of the balloon.
Yeah.
But how about Friendship's fans filling up that Plains Capital Park side? That was great support from Friendship's fans. Let's jump into Monterey, San Angelo Central, the Bobcats. Bobcats win the game 50-14. They had 10,000 fans at that stadium out there at Midland. They say Monterey only had about 150. They didn't travel well, but Monterey had a great year. Vincent Johnson had a couple of long yardage runs, 67 and 62-yarder for a touchdown, but they end up losing the game. Baylor Mitchell just could not handle that pressure that was coming in all angles from the Bobcats.
Yeah.
You see why they're 11-1 and get a chance to take on South Lake Carroll at the Metroplex on Saturday.
Nice matchup.
Big time 6A matchup right there.
It is.
Let's jump into Tascosa and Odessa Permian, the Mojo.
Wow.
I wanted to cover this game for us. Tascosa jumped out 21-0. Jacob Bigger's couple of touchdown runs. They looked good. It was 21-0 with like 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. I said, Tascosa finna really blow these boys out.
Yeah.
The Mojo started churning. Outscored them 49-7 the rest of the way.
Ooh-wee.
Brandon Bailey had over 200 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. Puig, their quarterback, played great. Smith, the quarterback, this is what turned the game for me. It was 21-21. And on the kickoff return, Biggers was coming, had broke a couple of tackles on the Odessa 40, and Smith, for Odessa Permian, comes from the blind side, strips him, and recovers the fumble. The next play, they throw a 62-yard touchdown pass to Bailey. So that's how that game went to me. Tascosa didn't quit. It's just Odessa Permian just got that mojo going.
Yeah.
And then our last 6A game, you had Arlington Martin beating Amarillo High, 42-21. Amarillo stayed hung in there. It was tied up at halftime, 21, and Arlington Lamar scored 21 in the second half.
Wow.
So all 6A teams go home.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Hey, man, it was a good season for all those teams. I want to give a shout out to Friendship and Coach Davis and those guys over there for a good season. And also to Coach Hutchinson over at Monterey. He did a great job coming in his first year and getting that program to the second round of the playoffs.
Yes.
Did a great job. So, good job to all those kids, and just keep moving forward and keep working, and everything will work out, and the program will get better each year.
Oh, yeah. You made the second round, as Victor Hatchett stated. You had a great year.
Yes, you did.
So just keep pushing for next year. It's basketball time. Let's go to 5A, D1. How about Randall getting a home game, beating El Paso Andress in a shootout 49-33.
Wow.
Brett Taft had 337 total yards, 4 touchdowns for the Randall Raiders. Man, that was a great win for Randall, I feel, even though it was at home.
Yeah.
They got tested, they got pushed. And they're in position to me to do some things in 5A.
Yes, they
As
are.
we stated, they are good.
Yes,
They
are.
look good.
Mm-hmm.
Lubbock Cooper, on the other hand, took a loss to El Paso Eastlake, 32-14.
Yeah.
I thought that Cooper would win that game. They started off fast. They were up 14-3. And then El Paso Eastlake showed why they beat their last 8 opponents by 12 points, at least 12-point margin of victory. They outscored Cooper 29-0 after that.
Yeah.
And it shocked me. I thought Cooper was ready. Colton Harris threw a couple of key interceptions in the fourth quarter.
Oh.
I got to listen to that on the radio on the way to go cover another game, but he threw 2 interceptions back to back in the fourth quarter. That sealed the deal.
Yeah.
It was 18-14 they were driving. They got picked late. So that just turned the whole game around, I feel. Then you had El Paso El Duval beating Palo Duro 38-7.
Wow.
So those teams go home. You also, Randall advances, gets Wichita Falls Rider.
Oh, that's a great matchup.
Plains Capital Park on Friday at 2 p.m. That's going to be a great game.
Yes, it is.
What do you think about that 5A?
Hey, 5A was a good division. That was a great season for those guys also. I want to give a shout out to Coach Cadwinkle out of Cooper. We really enjoyed getting the opportunity to come out and visit with his team and get to meet all those guys. Great staff, great kids out there, and you wish the best for them moving forward also.
Yes, we do. Cooper, I thought Cooper was going to go a little deeper, but still going to the second round and getting to compete in the area round was still a great accomplishment for the Pirates, and they'll be back.
Yeah.
They'll be great. Let's jump into 4A, my most intriguing, kind of, interesting, kind of shocking results, I feel, in the area round. Say the best game to talk about for last. How about Wiley beating Levelland 75-21? Wow. That stunned me. I actually thought this was going to be the other way around. I thought Levelland would actually really beat Wiley. In my heart, I really did.
Yeah.
I even said that on the page. I said, my heart of hearts. I thought Levelland would beat Wiley, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
Wiley must be a lot better than I thought.
Every year.
Every year they're good.
Every year. Very competitive.
75-21. You had Graham at home. I kind of expected Seminole to lose just because they were at Graham.
Wow.
And they lost 41-13. But still, it was a competitive game. Just Graham, got a couple touchdowns late to make it a little bit larger margin of victory. But that was still a great competitive effort from Seminole. You had Sweetwater beating Bridgeport 46-14. Sweetwater's on a roll, folks. 11-1. They get Vernon next week in the regionals. I think they'll beat Vernon also. You might be seeing Sweetwater down here in Dallas pretty soon. And then you had the game that everybody was talking about. Stephenville beating Estacado 69-60.
Wow.
129 total combined points. Jared Stidham, I guess he put his Superman cape on after the first drive because he knew that the quarterback they had in there, in case Stidham got picked on his first drive, Estacado took it right down the field and scored on him.
Yes.
Stidham came in, had 9 total touchdowns, 511 yards. He played great. My feelings on this is, if I don't know you were there, that's why I want you to elaborate on it. If you score 60 points in a game, I think you're supposed to win.
That's the old tradition of football, If you score 60, I say 95% of the time you should win, man, and it was a good game, man. I want to give a shout out to Coach Cervance and his coaching staff and all those kids over at Estacado. Being a father of one of the kids on the team, it hurt me too to see those guys, that good group of seniors he had this year to go out. I really think he had a team to really go deep and maybe even win it this year. And it's just unfortunate that they lost the game in that manner. And I just want to say, y'all guys keep working. I wish you senior guys good luck moving forward. And the kids that's coming in next season, you got to work hard and get better and get stronger. And Estacado could be right back in the same position again next year with no doubt.
Yes, they can. They got some good building blocks. David Smith is
man.
If he gets it together, all the way together, he's going to be a D1 caliber tailback to me.
Yes, he is.
And they got him coming back.
Yeah.
But when they say that coaches and players don't care, they must not have seen y'all sideline after the game. Coach Cervance was shedding some tears.
Yeah.
Made us want to share some tears for you also, because I thought Estacado, this was their year.
Yeah.
I'm in Canyon covering the game. There was people talking about that game.
Yeah.
That game was on everybody's radar and really shocked a lot of people. Even with Stidham in the game, I thought Estacado was going to win that game. I had a feeling he was going to play that game. I told you the day before, so it didn't surprise me at all. It surprised me they lost.
Yeah.
When we come back off break, we'll be breaking down the 3A division in what me and Victor Hatchett are calling Black Friday. We'll be right back.
high school sports fans, welcome back to 806 High School Sports Connection, and we're going to continue to give you the previews of the playoffs, the area round. Jason, last week was a tough week in the 806. Once again, we're going to continue to say that,
Yes, it was.
but we're going to give you the rundown on the 3A division. Hopefully, a little bit better news this round. What you think?
Well, it wasn't too much better, but a couple of teams survived and advanced. How about Breckenridge on Thursday night beating Muleshoe 28-7?
Wow.
That game started off good. Muleshoe Keaton Gonzalez went right down the field, scored a touchdown. The Buckaroos scored 28 unanswered points.
Wow.
And what it is, like, you saw Breckenridge record of 5-6, man. You know, when them teams play out there in that area, you got to throw the records out the window because they're playing state caliber teams every week. So.
Yeah.
That's why I wrote a story on 806.com saying Shallowater Muleshoe had two very tough tests before they likely faced each other. And I meant that. It was a tough test and they lost. Danny Campos tried to come back. He was 2 of 6 for 12 yards. He wasn't effective. It threw the offense off. Keegan got injured in the third and fourth quarter, had to come out the game, back in the game. And Cornette for the Buckaroos was bucking around.
Oh,
68-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter to seal the deal.
Wow.
They threw an interception down there late in Buckaroo territory, like the 18, if I'm not mistaken. And they took it right down there and scored. It was a 7-minute drive, 12 plays, 74 yards. Muleshoe has nothing to hang their head about. Had a great year, Mules.
Yes, you did.
Great team, great coaching staff. They'll be back, you know. Remember, they won in 08, so they're kind of like the only team around here in this remote area that's won it. So they got the winning championship pedigree.
Yes, they do.
I think they'll be fine. You had Denver City. This I don't think it's ever happened before in football where Denver City wins their by district game 28-27. Littlefield went for the 2-point conversion and didn't get it. Denver City loses in the next round, the area round, 27-26. They went for the 2-point conversion and didn't get it.
God, that's unfortunate.
Vic, you a coach. What do you think about these 2-point conversions? I in the fourth quarter, I feel like in the playoffs, this is me. Like I said, I'm not a coach. I'm not getting paid to coach, so I'm not knocking any coach.
Yeah.
But if it's in the playoffs and you got a chance to tie, go to overtime, I'm going to overtime in the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about these 2-point conversions. That's a tough way to lose a ball.
Yeah, it is, man. And like you said, they won the week before in a situation like that. And boy, how those ghosts come back to get you. Boy, come back the next week to hunt them and knock them out, man. So that's unfortunate for Denver City, but you wish them good luck moving forward also.
Denver City's a great team, great staff, great fans, community. We love you guys at Denver City, and
yes,
you guys will bounce back too. Basketball season's coming up. We'll be hearing from y'all presumably pretty soon. Yeah, Shallowater with the big win over Boyd, 49-35.
Wow.
As you know, the game started late. I told you yesterday, I said there was going to be a big storm cell over there, so the game didn't get going until 4:30.
Yeah.
When it got going, Shallowater got going. Cooper Hogan got going.
Yes.
Winston Elliott got going.
Yeah.
Chris Contreras got going.
Yes.
Played great. Mustangs, 49-35. They move on. They will play Breckenridge.
It's going to be a good matchup.
It's going to be a good game Friday night at 7 p.m. at the Mustang Bowl. We'll have somebody there covering that game. Then you have Brownfield. Brownfield.
Tough one there.
That's tough, man. They were up 21-8 at halftime.
Yes.
Jalen Nolan with a couple of scores, Hawkins with a score. I'm thinking, hey, here they go.
Yeah.
They're going to beat Wild, number 2 ranked team in the state, and then number 2 ranked team does what they do. They made adjustments and scored 36 straight points in the second half to win the game 44-21. That's a heartbreaking loss for the Cubs.
Yes, it is.
But when you step back from the the pain and stuff, to see what Coach Welps and Nolan and Hawkins and Demps, what they did this year for that team.
Yes.
Got a Coach of the Year, maybe?
Yeah, you got to take your hats off to those guys.
What do you think about that Coach of the Year? I mean, what he did. I mean, I know the teams with better records, but what he went through to get that team and compete with the number 2 team in the state in the area around.
Yeah.
That's darn near Coach of the Year.
That's a great job.
Heck of a job. Let's jump into 3A D2. Yeah, Cisco, the number 1 ranked team in 3A, beat Post 49-7.
Oh.
It was a tough loss, but that's the number 1 team in the state.
Yeah.
Post had a great year, went through heck of adversities.
Yes, they did.
For you guys to even, get this far with everything that's going on, not even know you in practice sometimes during the season, and some heartbreaking things that happen to y'all's program. We really salute you guys on a great season and represent the 806 well.
Yeah.
And Hssc will tell you that too. Then you had, I call them super spearmen, the Lynx. Whooped up on the Alpine, 62-36.
Wow.
I mean, Bo Brown, another 3 scores on the ground. Spearman Lynx are the real deal, folks.
Yes, they are.
And Cisco, to me, is about to find out they are the real deal. Spearman takes on Cisco Friday at 2 p.m. at People's Bank Stadium in Woodford.
That's going to be a great game.
Ooh, that's going to be a heck of a game. And then I call it the shocker to me in 3A D2 was Sonora beat Idalou 35-14.
Wow.
I thought Idalou would win that game. Denver City beat Sonora. That just shows you how coaching goes and how season goes, because Denver City was hot at the start of the year.
Yes.
Went to Sonora, beat Sonora. And Denver City loses, to Brock. And then you have Idalou, which got hot at the end and won 8 straight games, and then they lose to Sonora 35-14.
Wow.
I mean, you really got to bring it when you start playing these teams about 2.5 hours away. They're going to test you. You know, that's why you don't judge a team on how good they are when they playing around here.
Exactly.
Around the 806 area. When they start playing going up towards Abilene and them other places, that's when you find out that team's a good team.
You're right about that.
And when we come back off break, we'll be going to the massive, rugged, strong Division 2A, D1, D2. Victor Hatchett, Jason Pearson, 806 Hssc TV.
Hey, high school sports fans, welcome back to 806 High School Sports Connection. I'm Victor Hatchett with my co-host Jason Pearson, and we're going to continue to give you the playoff rundown.
Sure.
And we're about to go over the 2A division.
Yes.
Jason, this is one of the most talked about divisions in high school football on the 806.
Yeah.
Give us the rundown.
2A Division 1 has 3 teams ranked in the top 10 in the state.
Wow.
Wellington, the state champion, knocks out the back-to-back state champion, Stanford, 20-7. Stanford was up 7-0 at the half. Wellington comes out, outscores them 20-0 in the second half. Wellington skyrockets. It just seems like they just flow through the season, and then when the playoffs come, they turn it on to another level.
Yeah.
Scary team, real scary team, and they're starting to get together at the right time, I feel. So, yeah, Canadian. Of course, they always got together. Beat Windthorst 59-13. You had Stratford beating Ozona in a hotly contested game, 32-24. Great game for Gage Brooks. Ty Hess had a great game also for the Elks of Stratford. You had Abernathy beating Holly 52-21.
Wow.
Nick Clark's in the back. Say that again. Abernathy is
hot.
Scorching hot right now. 52-21. And you know what, Victor? They need to be hot. They got Wellington at 2 o'clock on Friday at Dick Bivens Stadium.
Oh, what a matchup.
You know, it's funny, if I wish we could pull back, maybe 4 weeks ago, me and you said that Abernathy was going to get Wellington in a regional round.
Wow.
And we predicted this.
Here it is.
Here it is, folks, for everybody. Right after Thanksgiving, you get your turkey, and then you get the number 3 ranked team in the state.
Oh.
And how about Canadian? Getting Stratford. I feel like this was a team that they didn't want to see. That'll be 2 o'clock at Kimbrough Stadium in Kenya. because the hardest game Canadian had all year was against Stratford.
Mm-hmm.
56-35.
Yeah.
Stratford's not intimidated. Stratford might get that win. I don't know. Canadian should win that game, but both of those games, every game in this 2A division is a toss-up. I feel.
Yes, it is, man.
Let's jump into 2A division 2. You had Crosbyton coming off their break. Started off a little rusty. They were down 20-14. Ended up winning the game 62-34.
Woo.
How about our team of the year's running back, Nathan Childers, 29 carries, 283 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Crosbyton.
Man, that kid is special.
Man, you know, we may not see a kid like that come by again. Or 2 kids like this come by at the same time, which segues me into Seagraves beating Groover 47-13. Dax Haight had a great game for Groover, but it just wasn't enough. Corey Kyle had 5 touchdowns on the ground. Tanner Rodriguez had 2 touchdowns passing. How about Chewy? He told me to shout him out. He said, "Why don't y'all shout me out the show? Chewy, you played great."
Yeah.
Had a great couple of penetrations for a defensive line, and that defense turned up the gas.
Yeah.
The game, when you start a game, when the first play of the game, when you kick off, when Seagrave kicks it off to you, you fumble. That's not a good way to start.
No, it ain't.
I felt like Groover had a not too good of a game plan, and this is just me seeing from the outside looking in, just my perspective, because I don't know why you would go out and try to run the ball. You know, the first 2 drives. That's not the way. If you're going to be Seagraves, you got to spread them out.
Yeah.
And Groover has they have the tools to spread Seagraves out. And they didn't. They wanted to run the ball up, and they got stopped 2 times. They got down early 20-0. That's hard to start a game when you get down 20-0. Then you have Farwell beat Memphis on Thursday night playing you 26-7. Adrian Allman had 100 yards rushing. J.J. Herrera, the mighty, I call him the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. He's like 5'2", but man, he played great. Had a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown also. Their defense, Trevor Schilling, those guys look good on defense, man. That sets up a great matchup. And then also you had the shocker in 2A. Shocked everybody, besides RN losing. The number 2 team in the state lost to Santo. How about Quanah beating Booker 42-12?
Ooh.
And you know another thing I'm going to say? It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Quanah squandered 3 or 4 touchdowns also.
Yeah.
Booker. Was Booker looking ahead to Crosbyton? Can't give no excuses in the playoffs.
That's right.
Quanah was just a better team.
There it is.
And thumped them. Which sets up some matchups. Quanah takes on Crosbyton Friday at 7:30 p.m. at Clyde High School. I talked to Coach Rogers. He said, we got to play at the end of Buck 2 Nowhere. That's Crosbyton's coach. And I said, why was that? He said, it's hard to find fields. You know, all the fields were booked.
Wow.
You got Farwell taking on Seagraves at Plains Capital Park on Friday night at 6 p.m.
That's gonna be a good one now.
That's going to be a great game. But give me an overall review on this 2A, which we said at the start was going to be very dangerous. It's looking that way.
Yes, it is, man. It's, you're excited to see all the kids at this point of the season doing a good job and continuing to move forward. And man, I'm excited, man. I want to go out and see these games, man. It's gonna be interesting to see, Jay.
Yes,
It's gonna be interesting to see, man. Moving forward, who's gonna come out on top in that division? Because that's a very tough division, and has been all season.
Both brackets.
Yeah, both Division 1 and Division 2. It's been, man, really interesting to see all season. So I'm just gonna sit back, give me some turkey, and be ready to go see all this here, man.
You know what? I think back to week 4. I think that's when week 2. I think when Childress beat Wellington. Remember that? And
yes.
then you said, "Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion." And Wellington comes and beats Stratford 13-12. Beat Stratford 13-12 in Stratford, and then to beat Stanford, the back-to-back champion. I'll never question the heart of a champion again.
You can't ever do it. You can't ever do it.
Man, when we come back, we'll be talking about our players of the week and just going over maybe our top 3 games that we feel are big-time games coming up in the regional round. Victor Hatchett, Jason Pearson, 806 Hssc TV.
Please welcome the Groover Greyhounds. And now welcome the Seagraves Eagles to the field.
Hey, high school sports fans, welcome back to 806 High School Sports Connection. I'm Victor Hatchett with my co-host Jason Pearson, and we're going to continue to give the playoff rounds.
Yes.
Hey, Jason, we're going to do the top 3 games coming up in the regional playoffs. Why don't you give them to us?
Let's start off with our first game. It's no particular order either. How about Seagraves and Farwell? Plains Capital Park Friday night, 6 o'clock. You know, it's just something about the 2A where this is what I was talking to J.J. Herrera, Farwell starting quarterback dad about. Like, I don't know why all these 6A teams are playing. I talked to you about this too. Why are they playing at Jerry Jones Stadium already? The first and second round. I feel like that takes away from the process.
Yes, it does.
You know, you playing at your stadium. It's up to par. Most of them, Dallas, I'm sorry, they already are up to par. But like 2A, you know, they're kind of not up to par, not good. Then you build your way in the sim. You know, you get to the regionals, you play in some good stadiums.
Yeah.
Plains Capital Parkish. Then if you make it to the championship, you play on the elite stage.
Yeah.
That's the process. I mean, when you're already playing, like for instance, Odessa, they take on Euless Trinity. They're already playing at Jerry's World in a quadruple header.
Wow.
Like, are they just shuffling them teams out of there? You're like, I feel like that's just kind of, you guys aren't the story the stadium is.
Yeah.
That sucks for high school football. But back to this game, Seagraves and Farwell. Corey Cowell, Tanner Rodriguez. Pignon, he caught 2 touchdowns yesterday. Man, and Farwell, you know, he got Kirk Lake, Adrian Allman, J.J. Herrera, the defense, Trevor Sealing. That line is massive for Farwell.
Yes,
to see
it
them
is.
play big line. And they're going to give some resistance to Seagraves' offensive line. Seagraves' offensive line better not have no skates on, because they'll be back there disrupting that option they run.
Yeah.
You know, and Seagraves, you know, to me, I just feel like that week off helped them out. They're back healthy. Longoria, the triple threat, as Corey Kyle told me.
Yeah.
Longoria, Kyle, and Tanner Rodriguez in that line.
Yeah.
Man, it's a test of wills. I feel like Farrell's going to try to spread Seagraves out.
Yeah.
They're going to do what Groover didn't do. They're going to test them vertically all game long.
Yes, they are.
And if they get too far back, then JJ's going to take off. That game right there, you know, and for Farwell's side, they better not get down early.
Yeah.
If you get down by a score or 2, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because that's when Seagrave throws everything at you. You're not going to stop all of it.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about this game?
Hey, man, great matchup, man. Thanksgiving, a game after Thanksgiving in high school football, this is one to go see.
Yes.
So fans, parents, everybody in this area, it's at Plains Capital Park.
Yes, sir.
If you're still in the football mood in this area, you know, even though your team out, go out and support these kids, man, and watch a good game of high school football.
That's right. They need it. Like you say, 2A, they haven't seen nothing like this. You know, we see Plains Capital Park every week, 6A schools, but they haven't.
Yeah.
It's a big deal for them.
Yes,
Let's
it
show
is.
them we appreciate what they've done this season.
Yes.
How about Wellington? Skyrocket Boom. Taking on those Abernathy Antelopes, man.
Wow.
At Dick Bivens Stadium at 2 o'clock on Friday. Man, that game right there.
Oh, that's gonna be a goodie.
It's just reeks of championship, just sweat. This is the game, you know, that everybody's been waiting on.
Yes.
You know, Victor called this game 6 weeks ago. I give him credit for that. He called that, and it's here. What's gonna happen? I mean, both of these teams do the same thing.
Yeah.
They both like to run hard and play
They do.
tough fundamental defense. Coach Daly for Abernathy. This should be his signature win. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think Abernathy's going to win this game by 10 points.
Yeah.
I love Wellington. And I may be up here talking with you next week with my head down like this because I picked the wrong team again. I picked against Wellington before, and it's not worked out.
Yeah.
So if Wellington wins, I wouldn't be surprised, but I think Abernathy, this is their year. Dick Clarkson's healthy.
Yeah.
Cassius Cunningham. Garrett Roy is leading the cavalry. You know, the offensive line is massive.
Yeah.
Lewis on the defensive end, Ron Lewis at defensive end is playing exceptionally well. I mean, this is their year. I think this is Abernathy's year.
Yeah.
And I think they get by Wellington. What do you think?
Hey, man, let the chips fall where they may. You know, I said early in the season, you know, Wellington was struggling a little bit, you know, and I said with them coming out for championship, you can never judge the heart of a champion.
Yeah.
They still fight.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna make a prediction. I'm just gonna let them play it out on the field the way it's supposed to go, Jay, and let's just see what they do after Thanksgiving Day.
Okay. Let's jump into our third game, our top 3 games. And don't forget, if you're in the regional round, all games are good games. We did pick Charleroi to Breckenridge because I think Charleroi is going to beat Breckenridge.
Yeah.
And that's going to set up something special we may be talking about next week.
Yes.
How about Canyon Randall? 11-1. 5A, folks. A little bit higher competition. Taking on Wichita Falls Rider.
Woo!
At Plains Capital Park on Friday at 2 o'clock. Let me tell you something, as Vic stated, if you're in football mode, get to Plains Capital Park Friday and pay for both of those games.
Yes, that's gonna be a great doubleheader out there, boy.
That Randall and Wichita Falls Rider.
Huh?
Oh my goodness. That right there is what 5A football is all about.
Yes, it is.
Brett Taff and those seniors, Wyatt Garden. Those seniors want another win.
Yeah.
Wichita Falls Rider is a great program. A good school,
Yes,
and they like coming to Lubbock. They like coming to Lubbock. I remember those days they played Friendship and they beat up on them in Lubbock. So this game right here, if Randall wins this game, I feel like they're gonna go to the state. They're gonna go to Jerry's World. I mean,
It's a possibility.
it's a big possibility. I mean, they'll be after that. They'll be in the Elite 8. But I don't, like we said before. Randall took that loss to Tascosa. Randall is a very good program on both sides of the ball, man.
Yes, they
And
are.
to me, they still haven't showed their hand. They can do a lot of things on that offense. You just can't scheme for one thing, and that's why they're still around. You try to stop Wyatt Garden, as El Paso Andrews did. Brett Taft went off.
Yeah.
What do you think about that game?
Oh man, hey, another great game.
Yes.
You know, we said before, eat you some turkey,
Yeah.
and Friday, go pay for them double hitters out there at Plains Capital Park, man. That's some great football on the South Plains. You know, if you love football and you're still in the mode, as we've been saying throughout the show, fans, parents, whoever, if you like high school football, go out and go see this.
Go
It's going to be
check
a
it out.
great matchup. Both matchups at Plains Capital Park Friday
Yeah.
are going to be some of the greatest matchups on the South Plains.
That's right. All right, guys, that'll conclude the show. It went a little longer. We're going to start going longer. As teams start getting knocked out, we can get more in depth on other teams that are still in.
Yeah.
And we will start incorporating some basketball coverage maybe next week.
Yeah.
Jason Pearson, Victor Hatchett, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Y'all have a blessed week, and all local teams get you some wins, including Spearman.
Yes, sir.
I think they're going to pull out the upset of the year.
And also from 806 High School Sports Connection, all y'all out there on the South Plains, have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, God bless you guys.